high heat days kept firefighters busy this afternoon as they knocked down two separate structure fires. On Sage Road, crews responded to a fire and a gas leak at a plumbing business around 3:30. The fire is out and crews remained on scene for a while to secure that gas leak. Sage Road has since reopened, but drivers are reminded to use caution in the area. And earlier that afternoon, just before 12:30, multiple fire agencies were dispatched to a structure fire on Howard Avenue. Multiple calls came in stating a roof was on fire and smoking. Both Medford Fire and Jackson County Fire District 3 responded to the scene, totaling 20 personnel between the two districts.
When the first engine company arrived, there was smoke coming from the attic of this home. It's unoccupied home, so the guys quickly got around it, found that it was a working attic fire, made access really quick, and were able to get it knocked down and contained while it was still contained to the attic.
Firefighters left the scene around 2:30 p.m. after quickly knocking down that fire. Medford Fire said they are now investigating the cause and no injuries were reported. Now moving to the Moon Complex, fire activity did pick up today and the fire has grown to just over 4,400 acres and is 10% contained, and those nearby should expect to see smoke lingering in the area. Crews continue to strengthen lines and cold trail burned areas to prevent flare-ups, and helicopters dropped more than 108,000 gallons of water to slow the spread, while growth on the backbone fire is expected north and west, but control lines are holding. Critical fire weather continues today with hot, dry conditions, but cooler, more humid weather is expected tomorrow. And we're continuing to follow a logging truck accident that injured two, leaving one in critical condition earlier this month. We told you about the wreck on Highway 62 in White City just over a week ago, and NewsWatch 12's Grace Ritz spoke with the family of the victim, and she learned from the victim's family that Timothy Boyd, a White City resident and a Vietnam War veteran, is in the ICU fighting for his life after sustaining severe injuries in the accident, including the loss of his arm. The family shared with her that the community has showed up to help Timothy and his family during the difficult time.
This has been the most incredibly trying and traumatic situation our family has ever experienced and our father has ever experienced. My dad is in critical condition in the ICU. He sustained extensive injuries, including the loss of his left arm.
Before paramedics arrived, bystanders working in a business in the area rushed to the scene of the accident and helped place a tourniquet on Timothy's arm and keep him stable.
I ran out to see what was going on. We approached the vehicle over here. You can't see it in the background, but there's a silver truck. The guy was pretty badly injured, so we started assisting him. One of my coworkers, or one of my guys that I work here, he had to apply a tourniquet. Unfortunately, the arm was severed.
The family told me about how much Timothy loves fishing, building, and working. He has a long road to recovery, but they're hopeful he will get back to doing what he loves.
My dad is a maker and a builder and a doer and a fisherman, and I have no doubt that he will be able to enjoy those things again.
The family is beyond thankful for the community's immense support during this difficult time and those who sprung into action and saved Timothy's life.
There are heroes in this community, and we are eternally grateful for all of the love and support that this community has shown and continues to show through this incredibly difficult time.
Here's some new pictures of the US 97 wildlife crossing in Siskiyou County, showing just how close this project is to completion. Caltrans says the crossing will give deer, elk, and other wildlife a safe path over the highway while helping reduce the risk of crashes for drivers. The project is on track to wrap up by early October. And 19 years after an 8-year-old went missing near the Cleetwood Cove trailhead, several agencies continue to look for Sammy. Search and rescue volunteers from Siskiyou County traveled to Crater Lake to continue the search. Sammy went missing October of 2006 while walking around an overlook area with his father. Sammy suddenly ran into the woods and ultimately disappeared as a snowstorm approached. Despite the extensive search in 2006 and through the last weekend, Sammy has not yet been found. And onto a money alert, 2 local fire districts are announcing more than $130,000 in federal grants to boost firefighter safety. Illinois Valley Fire District secured $97,000 from FEMA's Assistance to Firefighters Program grant. This funding provides new safety gear for firefighters covering over 200 square miles. The district will also contribute a required local cost share of nearly $5,000. Fire Chief John Holmes says this grant is crucial for replacing old equipment. And Applegate Fire District is also announcing federal grant funds for firefighter training and safety. Through the same grant program, Applegate Fire is receiving $37,000. These funds will provide training and safety equipment for 5 newly recruited volunteer firefighters. Their required local cost share is $1,800. Both districts highlighted that the nationwide program is highly competitive. And looking ahead to the weekend, Made in Southern Oregon is happening Saturday, September 28th in downtown Central Point on Pine Street from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and the vendor list is now out. The annual event celebrates local talent with dozens of artisans, makers, and small businesses offering everything from handcrafted art and jewelry to specialty foods. Organizers say this year's lineup features both new vendors and returning favorites. And our annual Coats for Kids campaign is kicking off tomorrow, and barrels are already ready to collect new and gently used coats. On Monday, we told you about barrels being delivered to more than 40 locations in Jackson, Josephine, and Klamath counties. Now we're getting ready to collect those coats for local kids in need, and tomorrow we'll be live in Medford with all the details.